What's up, Lego builders? Welcome back to Coconut Brick Studios. Today I'm going to show you how to take your battle damaged structures and ruins from this to this. I'm going to be using my most recent Lego Star Wars mock Ruins of Corellia to show you how I go about making buildings that look like they have been partially blown up or destroyed, and how to add the right kind of rubble piles and details to help you capture a broken and destroyed look for your Lego Mocs. Start your building by deciding how big it will be and where you want the doorway to go. Next, start building the walls. Make sure to use lots of 1x1 and 1x2 brick, because this will give you space to use more bricks and a variety of different kinds throughout the wall. And the more bricks used equals more details in the wall. The goal with the walls is to make them look as worn and cracked as you can, so work in round 1x1 cylinders and cones, headlight bricks, and masonry bricks in spots to create gaps and small holes, and break up sections of regular brick. Add in your windows if you want by using a combination of slopes and inverted slopes to create a frame. Larger cracks or gaps can be made by placing down some slopes on top of each other on your wall and then running some inverted slopes and brick above the previously placed slopes to create a jagged shape or line. Be aware of the patterns you are using in your non-regular bricks so they can be spread out somewhat evenly across your build. You don't want to run out halfway through the build and have the top half not match the bottom. On the second floor, continue the same technique for the walls as the first floor, but make the corners of the building the tallest, as those are the strongest areas and less likely to break. When the middle of your walls are almost to the height you want, make the last row mostly slopes of different kinds to create a jagged sloped look running down from the corners of your walls to the lowest point of the wall. Because when walls blow up or take shrapnel, it's usually not in smooth square sections, and as you get further away from the point of impact, the walls will be less broken and taller. You can also leave out 1x1 bricks to make small holes and stick a cheese slope in the gap to create little viewing ports or openings for gun barrels. Now we are going to build a house that had one side destroyed or broken off. Start the same way as the first building, but when you get to the side you want to be broken, end the rows of brick with some 1x2x5 or 1x2x3, or really any kind of fairly steep slopes. Every few rows add in some regular brick to break up the angle the slopes are creating. As you build up, this will create a jagged slope running up the side of your house, making it look like one side of the house was either ripped off or collapsed down. When you get to the second floor, get a bunch of 1x plate of different lengths and connect them to the floor on the broken side to make it look like floorboards, pipes, or just the broken remains of the floor are sticking out. Make sure the plates are at different lengths. Once your house or building is done, we need to add rubble on the inside to represent chunks of the house or just dust, debris, and other broken pieces that are laying around inside. Start with the wall corners. Place 3x3 or 4x4 wedge plates down as your base. Next, add a 1x2 plate and tile on top, and then a smaller plate or tile on top of those. Rubble piles can be made with all different shapes and kinds of parts. The only thing to keep in mind is that they need to be shaped kind of like a pyramid, with each level being smaller than the previous one and somewhat round in shape. This will help them look more realistic and accurate to actual piles. And the smaller the parts you use, the more detailed it will look. Do this same thing throughout the interior of the building, creating small roundish piles of debris. You can do the same thing around the exterior of your building. If you don't have a lot of access to smaller wedge plates, round 1x1 plate and tile and cheese slopes work great as well. As a bonus, I'm going to show you how to build a little sandbag wall to add to your war ravaged or weather damaged Mocs. Start by connecting some round 1x2 plates to each other. Make the first row as wide as you want the wall to be, and then make each of the following rows shorter by one 1x2 rounded plate, so there is an exposed stud at each end of the row. Take some 1x1 round studs and add them to the end of each row to give your wall a little extra height. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and found some of these techniques to be helpful. I really enjoyed building with these techniques. I feel like they add a lot of visual storytelling and are a pretty easy way to add a lot of detail and complexity to Mocs. And I'm definitely going to be building more urban style builds like this in the future. Don't forget to let me know what you thought about these techniques down below in the comments. And if you have any other tutorials you would like to see me do in the future, let me know as well, and I will catch you guys in the next video. But until then, happy building.